For the first time in months, city leaders in Burien are finally discussing possible options for places where people experiencing homelessness can stay. We've been following the ongoing issue as people were swept from the library to Dottie Harper Park to City Hall. Neighbors say they are upset by the lack of answers. City Council gathered to discuss 4 potential sites, but tiny villages are not allowed in a majority of them.
That means changes to codes and zoning are needed. Fox 13's Alejandra Guzman was at the meeting where camping bans were also discussed. Ali, so are we closer to any solution?
Hannah, I can tell you that this is just the beginning of the conversation, and a lengthy one of that, as the meeting just wrapped up. And just a few moments ago, Burien City Council members voting for the city manager to draft up a no camping ordinance for the city of Burien, following what the city of Bellevue has already laid out. Again, this has just happened just a few moments ago, but this is a process that residents here in Burien say is long overdue, especially after the sweeps have continued to happen. They say that they don't want that to happen either. I can tell you that there's unhoused folks just mere feet away from where we currently are, but still no solution in sight, as there was also not a definitive vote on where these tiny home villages are going to be placed.
Without shelter, people die.
For the last few months, people have been shuffled from one place to another.
It's never been my choice to be homeless. It's just until I can get back on my feet, then it's where I gotta be.
Drew was one of the many swept with no place to go.
It's time to stop talking and do something.
Advocates filled the room, hoping to persuade city leaders to come up with solutions.
They increase death and misery. They scatter people where it's even harder for those offering help to reach them. We want an end to the sweeps and a beginning to real solutions.
Anitra Freeman came down from Seattle. She claims unhoused people are at risk of dying without an unrealistic place to go. She says unhoused folks are hit by cars, exposed to the elements, and sometimes overdose.
It just keeps it continually unsafe for them.
Jennifer, a lifelong resident of Burien, is one of the dozens pleading for a long-term solution.
I also see big boulders being put out in the community, and that's not a fix. People need to be housed.
City Manager Adolfo Bailon presented the council with 4 sites as potential land for a tiny home village. 3 of them are in Burien. The lot at 136th Street is in White Center.
They're trying to make a choice that will least impact Burien, and they're trying to push it off on other people.
Another site is one Fox 13 previously told you about, the lot on 150th Street leased to Toyota. In his report, Bailon says with the loss of the lot, Toyota will lose 1/3 of its inventory, which they say may lead to 20 to 30 jobs being lost.
It's not ideal, but makes the most sense because it's near transit, it's near resources that people may need.
Beverly Park School site was an option King County was interested in, and the Highlands School District had offered.
Staff members have contacted the city and have requested that this location be removed from consideration.
A facility used by Skunk Works robotics team. Students between 8th to 10th grade from all across King County.
I'm glad to hear that that is off the list. I don't envy your job in helping out the homeless, but I'm also glad that we are taking in consideration the 70-some students that use that facility.
Not only is the city now down an option, there's public pressure and legal obstacles.
Villages, pallet tiny homes, sanctioned camps are not permitted in any zone in the city at the moment. So typically the process for altering zones, altering codes that would allow these types of projects or any type of project would require involvement from the Planning Commission. It would require hearings to be held.
The land is available, the money is available, the equipment is available, the permits are available. Please take the deal now. Take the deal and allow these people to reclaim their independence as productive members of society.
Tonight, it's also important to mention that the nearest site is not viable. The land is owned and operated by the Port of Seattle, which is contaminated, and the noise level around it is way above what health experts recommend. Again, those $1 million previously offered by the county, by King County, are still up for grabs. All the city of Burien has to do is find a specific location of where they want to place this tiny village. But again, there's not a vote just yet. That no camping ordinance could be discussed as early as next Monday during their upcoming meeting. For now, live in Burien, Alejandra Guzman, Fox 13 News.